Winner of heat number 2, Russell Ingall. Congratulations, a first up Touring Car Series win.
Yeah, thanks very much. Not so easy though, I'll tell you what. Young Lounsey put some pressure on me there at the start, but no, the Castrol Commodore went absolutely excellent. The team did a fantastic job on the car, and I'm starting to get a bit used to this touring car scene now, so starting to get up the pointy end. I'll tell you what, I'm not complaining.
And Russell Ingall rightfully has pride of place. Pole position for Heat 3, Round 6 of the championship. Alongside him, John Bowe, then Tony Longhurst and Wayne Gardner.
Row 3, Glenn Seaton fighting his way back through the field, and Stephen Richards. Row 4, Larry Perkins and Mark Scaife.
And making up the top 10, 2 privateers, John Faulkner and Steve Ellery.
Seconds away now from the start. Heat 3, Round 6 of the Shell Australian Touring Car Championship. Russell Ingall, the man under the spotlight, just moments away from the start, gets the green light, smokes up the rear tyres. It's going to be a drag race between him and the 2 Fords of John Bowe and Glenn Seaton. They'll set down to Repco corner, 3 wide, but Seaton's got the jump. Bowe's going to try and attack on the outside and switch across in front of Ingall as they go under brakes. But he left high and dry. Ingall and Bowe come to blows, but they get through reasonably tidily and head up toward turn 2. But look at this, Longhurst up the inside of Ingall. He wants second position. Ingall hangs on to third. There's a major traffic jam behind them as they push their way through. Lowndes back in the pack as well. They come over the rise for the first time. Perkins wants a slice of the action, putting the pressure on Wayne Gardner as they head down the back straight.
Great start by Glenn Seaton, but what about the aggression of Tony Longhurst? Oh, yeah, boy, talk about shortcutting the corners.
He really is on fire here. His development program throughout the year, he's got his hands on some very good Yokohama tyres this weekend, and just showing the difference tyres make in this 5-litre formula. Tony Longhurst very, very competitive at Calder Park this afternoon as they come onto the pit straight for the first time. Big lead from Glenn Seaton as they build across the start-finish line to complete 1 lap. Look at Longhurst, the Castrol Army, Ford and Holden. Ingall bearing down on the Castrol Ford. Hard under brakes, goes very, very deep. In fact, they'll go side by side into Repco corner. He comes through. Bowe tries to take advantage of 2 and does very well. So Longhurst loses 2 positions as they break for Repco.
That probably took Longhurst a bit by surprise. He didn't go over to cover his line, and he'd be very disappointed and kicking himself a bit, but he certainly had the speed in the second heat, and if he can just hang on to these guys, hopefully he'll run them down a bit towards the end of the race.
Dick Johnson, meanwhile, has got his mirrors full of Sega Commodore. Mark Scaife bearing down on him from behind. So Johnson, the Ford meet in a Holden sandwich at the moment. This battle for 6th, 7th and 8th. There's Scaife right up behind, and is that Craig Lowndes?
No, it's actually
Peter Brock coming through. Lowndes back in 12th position. Brock now in 10th. So HRT putting on a big fight back through the field. Look at Scaife moving over to cover his territory. 260 kilometres an hour, hard on the brakes, 4 of them in a row. Bowe gets, Johnson, sorry, gets really close behind Gardner. The train just hooked up. Little tap once again to tell him he means business. Gardner feeling the pressure, the heat of Johnson. Through turn 3, up over the rise once again, accelerating hard. As Dunlop Race Cam shows you quite graphically, back toward the flip top, building up to 190 k's flat through here. Continuing up to 230 kilometres an hour before they brake hard again. A very hard place on brakes this, Brad.
Certainly is, and there's Scaife having a big go here. There's nothing between these 4, and it's quite interesting because the fastest guy is obviously the last one in the pile at the moment, so this will develop into quite a battle.
Gardner, nice, clean, fast entry onto pit straight once again. Johnson tucked in behind him, trying to get some aerodynamic advantage as he tucks under the wing of the Coca-Cola Holden. He's taking a few metres off him now in a straight line. He's going to try and duck out and get a run down the outside, but he'll probably run out of real estate down there if Gardner holds his line. Johnson getting very aggressive there, well and truly side by side, seeing him muscling the front of the Falcon in toward the corner. He's still side by side with Gardner. Just see the shadow on the wing mirror on the door. You couldn't have been closer than that.
Wow, I'm really surprised Scaife didn't get up the inside of Johnson in that move. They must be a little bit further back than they were.
Fantastic side-by-side racing from the 5-litre boys at Calder. Look at this hungry pack coming charging down the back straight. Lowndes coming into the picture too. He's up alongside Brock, and Scaife right out to dry on the outside of the track. Tremendous battle here for 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Look at them all in a row. Scaife's been overtaken by the HRT boys. They're on a real charge. Brock in front. Lowndes coming back. Lowndes had a damaged differential in that first race. That's what put him out. They've replaced the differential. but he's got a lot of work to do still.
And up in third spot on the track, John Bower. I wonder if he knows just how close Lowndes is getting to the front running now.
Wow, look how close these
that.
people are, and there's Brock down around the outside.
Major slingshot from Brock in 05.
Straight past DJ.
Round the outside, side by side as they come out, as Dunlop Racecam shows us again, these two Holden's going to go door to door into turn 2. No contact, very close. Johnson wants a slice of the action too. Turn 3, Brock gets a little bit sideways as Johnson gets a good launch out of 3, over the rise, through the flip-flop once again. Johnson applying a lot of pressure, a fabulous scrap here. Brock just gets a wheel out on the dirt as they come into the braking zone once again. Past the 50 metre.
There's a look at the inside. He could go around. No, gathers it up.
Well, looks like Brock has a ton of rear brake on there. Really got on the rears locked. He got off them just in time to catch it. Brock's car looking very shaky through the Shell S's that time around. Johnson giving us a perfect view, but look at the pack bearing down behind him.
That's 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. How close can you get?
And Gardner's doing a very good job here. He has resisted 2 or 3 different cars. Bit of a dice at the back here. We've got Lowndes and Johnson going at it.
Lowndes. Just moves across to cover his territory. HRT boys in unfamiliar territory. I don't think they've been this far back in the pack. Look
Brock
up the front.
inside of Gardner there.
Saw that on race cam. Brock just sneaked inside Gardner there, so Gardner's copping up from both ends. Look at Lowndes now on the attack. Right up behind the Coke Commodore. Johnson now back. Oh, look at Scaife bounces the wheels of the Sega Commodore up in the air. Right up in the air he was. So Gardner now feeling the pressure and the heat from the second of the HRT. Charge Jaw gets very sideways under power out of there. Swings it back up toward turn 5 for a quick run onto the pit straight once again. Fabulous racing. Holden, Ford, Holden, blowing each other's doors in.
Glenn Seaton still leads. Ingle second, Bower third, then Perkins, Longhurst, Gardner. Look at this.
Great run by
Craig Lowndes, big attack, got a great run out of the corner onto the main straight there. Cleaned up Gardner in a straight line, so tremendous corner exit speed from the Holden Racing Team Commodore.
They certainly are putting the power down better than anything else out there at the moment. And poor old Dick Johnson, he's back behind Gardner to have another go now.
They are firing out of these corners, these HRT Commodores. It's a horsepower track, but you've also got to have the low-down traction to take advantage of that horsepower in a straight line. And the HRT cars are doing a tremendous job. Dick Johnson in the heat, and look at Mark Scaife coming back at him again.
On the Shell racecourse, Seaton the leader, Ingle second, Bower is third, Perkins fourth, and Longhurst in 5th position. With Glenn Seaton in the Ford Credit Falcon, working very, very hard. He's the race leader. Made a brilliant start, got past the 2 cars on the front row and has held pride of place since then, despite all of the mayhem that's been going on behind him.
Talk about mayhem behind him. How close do you want to get? Larry Perkins all over the back bumper of Bow's car. It's going to be a drag race in a straight line. 6 laps to go. Perkins, plenty of mumbo in a straight line. Look at that battle damage on the back of Bow's car. And there is no lack of squirt from that Perkins Chevy V8.
Well, Perkins was flashing the lights at Bow a couple of times, certainly in the braking area, and I think the signal was, okay, I've tried it nicely for a couple of laps, now I'm going to come straight through you if you don't get out of my way. And he's gave him a little tap, moved him out of the way, and now Larry can press on.
This is the battle of the privateers. John Faulkner, Stephen Richards in 11th and 12th positions overall. By gee, what a scrap they had in the second heat. They're continuing on right here and in the same position for the moment.
Exactly right. Interesting to watch towards the end of the race.
Is our race leader, Glenn Seaton in the Ford Credit Falcon. And engine drama in the opening heat, but again, he's had to fight his way back brilliantly. Back of the grid to 4th position in Heat 2. Now he finds himself leading Heat 3.
Larry's really not getting away from the Dick Johnson racing car much. The Shell car is doing very well. They've got Lowndes and Brock very close to them. I think Lowndes has got past Brock now, and he's on the back of Bow, but there's 5 laps to go, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. 4
laps to go, 16 down, and just Brad saying there, the HRT cars are very, very quick. Everyone running in the 57, 58 second bracket. They just peeled off a couple of 56s, just quite incredible. The last heat of after all the work these tyres have had.
Keep in mind, just 3 points between these 2 guys for the championship. Craig Lowndes in car 15, John Bower in car number 1.
Oh, look at this. Lowndes up the inside as they come up toward the flip-flop. Bower wasn't going to have anything on that. And that's what gives it its name. You can see the car flip-flopping as he goes through there, bouncing it off the curbs, 2 wheels right up in the air.
Bower desperate to stay in front of Lowndes, whatever happens in this race.
57.9 for our race leader, Glenn Seaton. Rest of the pack running about the 57, 58 second brackets. There's not a huge amount between them. They are a long way down the track. 1.6 seconds the gap now. Look at this.
Bow covering all his options here. He's making Craig, if he's going to go by, he's going to make him do it the hard way, which is the long way around. Bow just flips his lights on there as well.
See that bump in the middle of the straight? The car's almost in to get airborne. They get a lot of air under them as they attack that bump. Back to second gear. Bow still on the inside. Lowndes with the lights on, but that's not intimidating our reigning champion. Bow equal to the task, fighting back as Lowndes tries to get himself back to the pointy end of the grid.
And they're actually hanging right onto Larry. He's certainly not getting away from him by any strange stretch of the imagination.
If Bow and Lowndes finish the way they are now, Lowndes will still lead the championship, but by only 1 point.
Look at this attack on the outside. Really deep under brakes. He's just in front, but he's gone a little bit wide. You can see he was right beyond the limit of adhesion. He managed to pull it back, but that's let his teammate Brock get right behind him now as they attack the shell forward from behind. 2 laps to go.
And they're closing up on Russell Ingall.
Some of the best 5-litre racing we've seen at Calder Park Raceway in Melbourne as the laps run out for Holden Racing Team. 4.4 kilometre track. It's over 9 kilometres to do something about this.
Here comes Lowndes again down the outside as they head into Repco turn.
Our championship leaders, John Bow and Craig Lowndes, they touch doors. Flames belching from the exhaust of Lowndes' car as Brock takes advantage of Lowndes' slow corner exit speed there. He moves up a position. Tony Longhurst hangs on as well.
Sigh of relief by John Bow.
Yep.
Just for the moment.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if there's any team orders here to see if they get Brock to pull over and let Craig by to get the extra points.
Well, although Brocky's still not out of this championship yet, I don't think.
Unless Lowndes can get by Brock, the positions will be reversed and Bow will lead the championship by 1 point.
It's getting tough at the top. Onto the pit straight.
1 lap to go.
1 more to go. Now the order: Seaton, Ingall, Perkins, Bow, Lowndes, Brock, Longhurst, Scaife, Gardner and Johnson. And look at this attack from Lowndes up the inside as he tries it again.
That's Brock.
Plenty of top end speed. That's Brock and Lowndes too. 2 of them.
Brock's posted out wide.
HRT attack in stereo. They're all over the Shell Falcon. He's got the... Oh, a big collision there. As he hits the inside of Brock's car, Lowndes now takes advantage of Brock's misfortune. He ducks up the inside, and they're not out of ammunition yet.
Can Bow stall Lowndes off for another half lap?
Well, he's the best blocker in the business, so corners to go. Let's see how we go.
I think there's going to be a big desperate run up here to the Shell S's for the final time. Bow covers his territory on the inside. Lowndes goes for a big desperate run on the outside. Out the back of Seaton's car. Ingall closing the gap.
Some ground up. Oh, Lowndes is off the road. Oh, dear me, that's not good at all. He must have had a big go at Bow around the outside there and didn't pay off.
Well, Glenn Seaton has won the race. Russell Ingall has crossed the line in 2nd place. And the battle between Bow, Lowndes and Brock has helped to bring them all unstuck one way or another there, right at the death.
One of the best we've seen.
Fabulous race. Glenn Seaton, the winner there in the Ford Credit Racing Falcon. Russell Ingall in 2nd. Larry Perkins in 3rd. John Bow hang on for 4th. And Peter Brock in 5th position. 6th was Tony Longhurst. Craig Lowndes fighting back to 7th. Mark Scaife in 8th. Wayne Gardner in 9th. And Dick Johnson in 10th. Let's cross down to Andy Raymond for the presentation.
3 heats, 3 different winners, and after 60 laps of V8 action, congratulations to our top privateer, John Faulkner. 3rd place after, well, it was one of those days, was Glenn Seaton, new championship leader in 2nd place. Congratulations to John Bow. And first time in the winners' podium, Castrol's Russell Ingall. Yeah. Russell, I'd at this stage ask Ross Brodie, the motorsport manager for Shell, to present the winners' garland. Yeah. Welcome to Victory Lane, but it certainly wasn't easy.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling. No, that last race, I was planning a good start, but she didn't happen. Glenn got a blinder and just sort of got in front, and Tony got me as well. And I got Tony on the first lap, and I had to, John was pretty keen on getting by me, I think, but we had a really good race. It was really clean, and I'm just thankful to the team and Castrol, Larry for teaching me the ropes. I think he's taught me a bit too well, actually, but yeah, just thanks to everyone involved.
Russell, congratulations, and with John Bow, the new series leader, and these guys up in Victory Lane, the winners' points table certainly is very congested.
Tight it is, and they've swapped places at the top two. John Bower now leads the series on 224 points, 3 ahead of Craig Lowndes on 221, then Glenn Seaton 191, Peter Brock on 140, Larry Perkins hanging in on 137. More magnificent motorsport with round 7 of the Shell Australian Touring Car Championship from Lakeside Raceway in Queensland next Sunday only on 7.